It's time for The Musings of My Mind with Mike Howery. Rodney King asks, can we all just get along? Some of you are old enough to know what I'm talking about. For the rest of you, you're too young. That's right, we're not too old, you're too young. To recap, a man named George Holliday was able to capture on video the police beating of Rodney King in 1991. The officers involved in that beating were then acquitted in trial, and then LA went nuts. Not the pleasant Mad Hatter kind of nuts, no, more like the Viking kind of nuts. Their acquittal was the match that ignited the 1992 LA riots, which included everything from pillaging, looting, burning, and all other sorts of mayhem. 53 people were killed, thousands were injured, and the cost of damage was almost $1 billion. $1 billion! Somewhere in the middle of all this, the news agencies were able to talk Rodney King into appearing on national television. It was there he made his plea for peace, known throughout the world as, can we all just get along? Unfortunately, Rodney, the answer to your question is no. Not only did it not stop the LA riots, but I'm talking in a more general sense. No, we just can't seem to get along. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, humanity has never been more advanced in technology. It's never been more educated, better provided for, no more advanced in its philosophy. Okay, in America, things have never been better. Sheesh, like the rest of the world matters. That sounded darkly patriotic. But throughout history, humanity has been at war with each other. Hating, killing, raping, destroying our fellow human beings with more malice than any other animal can muster. And some of our worst atrocities have been committed in times of absolute peace and prosperity. But why? Many humanists believe that if given enough providence, protection, and purpose, humanity will rise to the pinnacle of perfection. That's a lot of P's in that sentence. We will lay down our guns and love each other like we know we should. Anyone want to sing Kumbaya? Anyone? But it's never worked. When secular humanism was becoming the mainstream, that's when we got Nazism, communist dictators, and ethnic cleansing. So what's going on? Shouldn't we be evolving towards a perfect humanity? One where we help each other, where we work together, where we build our future right alongside each other. Just like Star Trek. Well, humanists, and Rodney King apparently, failed to realize one universal truth about humanity that has always gotten in the way of their utopian dreams. We're broken. Humanists claim that because children have to be taught how to do evil, they are inherently good when born. Of course, if that were true, a simple regimen of education would remove all forms of malice in humanity within a couple generations. Of course, that idea came out about 6 generations ago. Something's not right. While children don't know evil when they're born, they do know selfishness. You don't have to teach a child the concept of mine, but you do have to teach them how to share. But selfishness isn't evil, is it? Well, yeah. The reason we do bad things as adults or children is because we want what we want. And we don't care how it makes other people feel. In the end, every evil act is a desire to fulfill what the self wants. And while selfishness may not look necessarily evil, especially in children, it is the source from which all forms of evil come. Like I said, we're broken. We can't get along because we're too busy trying to get what we want without considering the other person. And the church is no exception. Even though we should know better, we falter and fail when it comes to living a life of love, selflessness, instead of evil, selfishness. So no, Rodney, we can't get along. At least, not all the time. But our goal as Christians should be to get along as best we can. Jesus told us to forgive, an amazing act of selflessness. Paul told us to do whatever we could to get along with each other. And Peter told us to be united with one another. So maybe we should get on board and leave behind our selfish, evil ways. We may not be perfect, but getting along should be somewhere near the top of our to-do list.